Hello, everyone. So, it's what time? What time is it? 3:17 in the morning. So I have court at 9:30 in the morning, where I'll be sentenced to basically a year. What we're looking at right now is a year in prison. I've already been incarcerated. Hold on. In the year 2024, I've already been incarcerated for 72 days. So, if I get sentenced to a year in prison, basically state jail, then I'll get 72 days credit, which basically takes it down to like nine and a third months, or 9 2/3 months left, or whatever. So that's like a guarantee, basically. Tomorrow morning, like, I'm guaranteed, like, that's what's gonna be the number. But there's a possibility that I could get 80. It's what they call 80-20 time, which is if you do 80% of your time with behaving and being good, being a good boy, no fighting, no raping, no pillaging, no stealing, no assaulting, no murdering, no grand theft auto, no larceny, no armed robbery, whatever. If you do 80% of your time with no problems, then you're supposed to get the last 20% for free. But that's up to the judge. You guys might remember that I used to have like $50,000 worth of firearms on that wall. I have a paintball gun, which was there before. But that's happening in 6 hours or less. And let me turn my fan down. I hope it's not interfering with. Hope the fan's not interfering with audio. Where is the? And pardon me, this room is kind of messy. I should show you guys this letter I got. So, where was I? Oh, the 80-20 is up to the judge. Well, my problem is the judge doesn't like me. I'm extremely misunderstood by her. And that's something that happens to me often in life, is like people misunderstand me, my positive energy, my good attitude. I can roll with anything. I can really roll with anything. I can smile in court. And people don't like that, especially judges don't like that. And now let me be honest, I fucked this all up, dude. I did fuck this all up. I had many chances and I fucked it all up. Give me just a sec. I'm gonna go blow my nose, dude. This wasn't happening a minute ago. It was when I started talking, because I wasn't talking. I was in here all by myself and I wasn't talking, so now that I'm talking, guess I'm getting congested. But so tomorrow I'm being sentenced to 360 days in state jail. Like, that's what it's gonna say on paper. I'm gonna get 72 days credit automatically, immediately, so it's gonna be down to like 9.5 months. And if I get to 80-20, it'll be like, I did the math the other day, it's like 220 days. And I was like, that's not bad. I was like, that's 7 months, that's not bad, right? You know, think about it. To go from a year to 7 months, right? It's not bad, right? But then when I thought about it, I was like, that's still more than half a year. And listen, I get it. I know there's people out there that are doing 5, 10, 15, or they're doing 2 years, they're doing 18 months, they're doing 5, 10, 15, 20 years. But this is why I wanted to make this video, because I've never seen a video on YouTube that says, well, I'm going to prison, because, well, I am going to prison. Basically tomorrow. For a victimless crime. I'm going to become a convicted felon. I had a controlled substance on me. I'll be honest, it was cocaine. I like a piece of cocaine like this big. Less than a gram. My attorney told me that in Midland, the county next door, they would have, every time somebody gets that, they plead it down to a misdemeanor. Because apparently in Midland, it's not a prison industrial complex. But in the town I live in, the county right next door, it's a prison industrial complex. And not only are they taking my gun rights away, I don't know if I'll ever get them back, or if I'm just going to live like an outlaw, or I don't know what I'm going to do. But I do know I'm going to be a convicted felon. And I do know that my kids are not going to have a father for at least 9.5 months. Or no, at the most 9.5 months, maybe 7.5, something like that. But I'm just really disgusted by this, and there's been a lot of crying, there's been a lot of stress. So I got in trouble on August, and I went to jail on August 15th. Went to jail on August 15th, and stayed in there for like 36 days, and I needed to bond out because I had to do things on my laptop for my business. Like I didn't want to stay in jail that whole time because I had to like set up sales that bring in revenue, because like if I am going to prison, which I figured if I am going, then I should bond out at least for a little while so I can get on my computer, set up like business things for like Christmas, Valentine's Day, Memorial Day, things like that we always do sales for, and other things. But I knew I had to bond out for a little while to handle those things. And so the good news is that I was able to spend time with my family, and we all got to do fun things together and try to make it worthwhile. The bad news is that like there's always like there was a dark cloud and a dark ending date and a dark cliff that is always coming closer and closer to. And that day is basically today in 6 hours. Like I have a to-do list. Where is my to-do list? And like it's long. It looks long, and it looks like, but it's all just like stuff at the house, and it's just like none of it's very serious. Just like honey-do stuff. But I didn't get a lot of it done because like as the days got closer, I just wanted to not. I've been in jail many times, and like I said, I've been incarcerated for 72 days this year. It doesn't bother me. I lift weights. I do push-ups. I eat right. I meditate. I read books. I watch TV. I lay down. I get sleep. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't get fat by eating disgusting food and stuff, which I love to do. Look, I'm fat again. You know why? Really, in the last week, I was like, hey, I'm gonna enjoy the food out here because I know when I get in there, it's gonna fucking suck. So, I'm fat again. I've procrastinated on my honey-do list. I've just been playing a lot of Xbox, spending time with my kids. I've had this ankle monitor on all this time. It's a fucking pain in the ass piece of shit. They didn't even put a curfew on me because they knew I was going to prison. They're just like, they just want to know where I am. Like, so if I cut it off, they're gonna come get me or something. I don't know. Tonight, me and my ex-brother-in-law, went out and drank beer. Like, I left my house at like 11:30. I didn't even give a fuck because you know what? Even if their system's beeping and going off, they know exactly where I am. And they know that I'm going to court tomorrow at 9 in the morning and I'm going to fucking jail to go to prison. So, like, nobody fucking cares. I don't care. If they wanted to come get me, I'd be like, I'm going to fucking court in the morning. So there will be no Xbox. There will be no painting. There will be no cars. There will be no family. There will be no hugs. There will be no kisses. There will be no classical music. There will be no alcohol. There will be no... Well, there is actually vaping in jail. That's actually a very funny story, but there is vaping in jail. It's a pacifier, and it's a fucking another racket. That might be a story for a different day, but... I'm at the end of the road, and it's fine. Everybody knows tomorrow's going to suck. And I am having my kids come to court because I want them to learn the lesson. I want them to see me getting handcuffed, going out a different door of the courtroom than the door we came in. We're all going to come in as a family, and I'm going to leave out the back door. Now, this is something I've been wanting to say about the legal system for a long time. It's like, I committed a victimless crime. And nobody was hurt. And I want you people to think about this. This fucking prison industrial complex is so fucked up that I'm voluntarily driving myself to the courthouse tomorrow. I'm getting in my car and I'm driving myself there so that I can agree with them and they can put me in prison for 7 months, separate me from my family, cause turmoil and chaos. And no, the thing is, like, jail, I'm fine in jail. It doesn't hurt me. What they're hurting is these fucking kids. And is that what the legal system is about? Is like punishing kids? Like in Midland, in the town next door, the exact same crime that I did was every single time dropped to a misdemeanor. Pay a fine, fucking go on with your life. In this town, they're putting people, like, I might be in. We don't even really know what the judge wants. She hasn't said what she really wants. So she might even say 2 years. Who fucking knows, bro? And here's the stupid thing is I'm gonna voluntarily drive my stupid fucking ass to that fucking courthouse and willfully fucking submit myself because what? I'm a good guy. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what good people do. Because we believe in American law and stuff. It's like, bro, this system is really fucked up. Of course, Donald Trump can't do anything about it, but. And then Ector County Jail is like the worst fucking jail to be in. It is terrible. It's fucking terrible. So, like, I'm in a way, if I have to do this time, I want to go to state jail as soon as possible. I could be driving a tractor. There's grass. There's blue sky. You get to walk around like basically a compound. You're still in jail, state jail / prison. But in Ector County Jail, you're in a concrete box with 24 other dudes. And so many people in jail are good people, dude. I've met so many good people. And it's all about fucking drugs that had 0 victims. And it's just a fucking sad fucking racket, dude. So me and my kids have been spending time together. My daughter painted this. My daughter painted this painting tonight because my wife has been requesting Christmas stuff. I said, fuck Christmas. I'm gonna miss Thanksgiving. I'm gonna miss Christmas. I'm gonna miss New Year's. I'm gonna miss Valentine's. I'm gonna miss my wife's birthday. I'm gonna miss my 2 youngest kids' birthday. I'm gonna miss Jacob. I'm gonna miss Aurora. And I'm gonna turn 40 in prison. And that's really fucking sad to me because one of my favorite life memories is my Uncle Bob's 40th birthday party. Bro, that shit was off the fucking chain. I was like 8 years old. It was a surprise party. We were all in his house, and that shit was like shoulder to shoulder people just partying, having a great time. And I always thought, like, man, that was a badass fucking party, dude. It was a 40th birthday party. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm about to turn 40. And then I get fucked up on this case. And I'm like, oh yeah, I am about to turn 40, and there's gonna be no party. I'll be in prison when I turn 40. And that's probably what I deserve. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. This shit's so fucked up. And it's been so stressful on my family. It's been so stressful on my family the last couple of days. Especially my wife. She can, like, I don't know if it's her negative energy, or if it's just like a combination of everybody's energy that knows that, like, that's stressing for me and like sending me like love. Like, all of a sudden everybody loves me, everybody wants to fucking care about me. Where were you when I was hurting for the last fucking years? Where were you? Now the day before I go to fucking prison, you want to fucking send me a text message that you love me? Where were you when I was hurting? Not even that I was hurting. Where were you when, like, hey, let's barbecue. Hey, let's do this. Hey, where were you? Now the day before I go, you're praying for me. Now you're praying for me. I just don't give a fuck, dude. I went and visited Brooks today. At his gravesite, of course. And they're like putting in all these fucking other burial plots like right next door and shit. And I was like, bro, it's getting a little fucking crowded over here, dude. I was like, are these fucking caskets touching each other in the fucking ground? I was like, this is a fucking scam, bro. And I said, bro, fuck the world, fuck the government, fuck all this bullshit. I was like, it was not supposed to go down like this for us. Definitely not for him. He's fucking dead. His kids don't have a dad. I miss that dude a lot. But it was nice to visit. So anyways, we've been having paranormal activity in our house. Like electrical anomalies, like my phone battery's just been draining instantly. My Xbox did some really weird shit today. Really weird. There's like some sort of ghost or entity in our front yard on a video camera. And Jacob, who can see spirits, has been seeing a woman in front of our house. Now this is really crazy. Listen to what I'm saying. I was sitting here. I was actually working on this computer. I was doing work on that computer. It's part of my honey-do list of like before I fucking have to go tomorrow. I was just sitting here. Maybe I just got done with the computer and I was just sitting here staring into space, because that's something else that I've been doing a lot of, is just staring into space. Like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I know I'm a good guy, you know? I know I'm a good guy. I'm not an absentee father. Not only am I not an absentee father, I care about other kids. This is the year that I got busted. First place. For a team of, what? I don't know. It doesn't matter because both of my teams got first place that year. What is this? U9 boys 2023 first place. It's not easy to get first place, dude. It's not easy. U10 girls fall under first place. Boys team, girls team, first place. And like, not only that, like, I just know that I'm a good person, but like, here I am going to prison, being separated from my kids. It's like they want to make a criminal out of me, dude. Like, they want to make a criminal out of me. I'm gonna be a convicted felon. That's something I'm saying. I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm gonna own that. You want me to be a convicted felon? I'll be a fucking convicted felon. I'm not saying that means I'm gonna go commit crime, but like, that's the purpose of this video. Is like, I am going to be a convicted felon starting tomorrow. In 12 hours, I'm going to be a convicted felon. Right now, I'm owning it. And I'm going to fucking live that lifestyle, whatever that lifestyle is. I'm going to fucking, whatever I have to do. Like, obviously my guns are not here anymore. And if you don't believe me that for me, this is not about me. Me wanting a shorter sentence is not about me. It's about my children. Is because if you don't believe that, let me show you what I made for them. Like, as soon as I got bonded out, I made them these wristbands, and they're youth size, okay? And they're blank on the outside, and on the inside, it's just a little unique message to each one of them in a unique font. I love you very much. Be brave, be strong, never give up. With a cross for Joshua. Obviously, this is for Aurora, so like they're having it at school, they're having a bad day or whatever. Boom. Aurora, I love you very much. Be brave, be strong, be kind, never give up. Having a bad day? Jacob, I love you very much. Be brave, be strong, never give up. So I made some of these extras because kids lose stuff, you know. But it's not me being punished, dude. Unless punishing me is causing pain for my kids being in a fatherless home. Is that the goal of the legal system, to tear apart families and put kids in a fatherless home? Like, there's so much that can go wrong. Of course, I'm still gonna be their father. It's surreal, thinking that, you know, I'm out driving around, seeing my friends, seeing my kids, watching soccer games, and knowing that, well, the countdown is to, like, where I'm gonna be fucking locked up in a facility with zero freedom. I mean, you have some freedom, and it's not what you think, people. I'm not gonna get raped. I'm not gonna rape anybody. I'm not gonna get beat up. I'm not gonna join a gang. There's so, like, this fucking prison industrial complex, I'm telling you, has gotten so out of control that there's so many good, normal people in there, scooped up in this fucking system. So, like, prison is not fucking Mad Max. It's not like the movies. Now, what might be like the movies is federal fucking penitentiary, but that's not where I'm going. I'm going to state jail. It's a bunch of chill ass fucking dudes. Like, this shit is fucked up. And here's something I was telling somebody last time I was in county jail, before I bonded out. I said, you know what? I started thinking, and I said, because every time I've been to jail this year, I have to get a top bunk, and then I have to fucking buy my way down to a bottom bunk, trade and all this shit. And I started thinking, and I was like, you know what? I remember a time back in the day, because I've been to jail so much over the years. But I was like, I remember a time back in the day, like maybe it was like 2008, maybe like 2006, I don't know. But there was definitely a time when you could go to jail, the tank wasn't absolutely full, and like you could walk right in and get a bottom bunk as a brand new dude. Like, nowadays, there's like a list of like 10 people that are waiting for a bottom bunk. And the whole fucking tank is full, and there might even be overflow of dudes laying on the floor. And so the only place you can go is to a shitty ass top bunk. Top bunks aren't bad, like, you're not gonna fall off. It just sucks having to climb up and down, up and down, up and down every time you want to. And like, you spend a lot of time in your bed in jail. You don't do a lot in jail besides read, eat, watch TV. I don't know. But listen to what I'm saying. There was a time when I would go to Ector County Jail. The tank wasn't overflowing and full. I could walk in. I could get the fucking bottom bunk of my choice. And no big deal. And there was still empty bunks in there. And like every time I've been, I don't know how long this has been. I didn't go to jail for like 8 years, but like I guess since like 2010. No. Definitely this year. I can definitely tell you. Oh no. I don't know. I don't know, but I can definitely tell you that this year, and I'm pretty sure this has been going on for a while, that the jail is full. So what happened? What changed? There was a time when the jail was not overflowing. And I went there many times for stupid, frivolous things. I've never hurt anybody. I've never robbed anybody. I've never attacked anybody. I've never stolen from anybody. Never crashed into. I've never hurt anybody. But I've been to jail so many times for shit like driver's license invalid, no insurance because my fucking debit card I got a new debit card in the mail, so they take me to jail. Or like I've done like little shit like possession of marijuana, or like suspicion of DWI, but I've never got one. Just very frivolous things that have zero victims. Stupid shit, bro. But I've been in jail so many times. But I remember that back in the day, the jails were not overflowing. So something has changed that has literally made it like a jail/prison industrial complex. Now it's overflowing. There's people literally sleeping on the floor. And used to, for many years, you could just walk in and take a bunk of your choice. So think about what I'm saying. It's gone from tanks. It's gone from tanks that are half full to tanks that are overflowing. Something changed in 10 years. What was it? What was it? What changed? Because obviously, I promise you, there was a fucking difference. I'm telling you this. There's a fucking racket. There's a fucking prison industrial complex. I don't know if because the government's in debt, they fucking want to put everybody in jail, and hopefully that they can pay the bills. But people in jail can't pay the fucking bill. Like, A, they can't afford it, or B, they're not going to. You just put them in jail. They're gonna fucking bond out. They're gonna fight your ass. So jail gets their money from the state, and the state gets their money from the feds. I just don't. I mean, it's very sick, and I'm fucking swept up in it, you know. Hey, one thing I meant to tell y'all was that I was just about to tell this story and I got super sidetracked. I don't know how, but I sat here. I was telling you guys about how there was paranormal activity that's been happening over the last couple days, as like my family's emotional intensity has been increasing. And so I just got done with the computer, and I was just sitting here like spacing out. And that picture up there, that's been there for months, just fell on the floor right there, right in front of my face. In fact, right when I was about to turn this GoPro on, it fucking did that. And I was like, wow. I just sat here and just stared at that spot for a while. Like, And like, I'm a debunker. So I'm like, did I touch something over there? You know, but none of that makes any sense. None of that makes any sense. None of those have ever fallen down before. And it's like, right when I was sitting here staring at the wall, it fell down. Well, like, explain that. And this is a new house that I built. This is not a haunted house. Now, my wife has done some poltergeist activity before, and I don't know if you guys know this, but poltergeist means like literally it's a German term, and these scientists that coined it use the word to describe a physical manifestation of human stress in the environment. So like believe it or not, some people can stress themselves out so badly that they can manifest movement of like random objects in the environment. It's fucking really weird, paranormal science, but like it's a fucking thing. Like my wife does that, and like I don't know. So I sat here and I thought, I don't know if that's my wife that fucking knocked that thing off, or if a legit ghost or some other entity or something is bothering us, because my son has seen an entity in the driveway a couple mornings when he's getting ready for school. There was something I wanted to show you guys also. So like there's been like a running joke like with me and my friends. It's like we started having a good time somewhere, and then all of a sudden like I almost forgot that I have to go to prison in 3 days. It's like, oh by the way, I gotta go to prison in 3 days. It's like, oh, by the way, I gotta go to prison in 2 days. Oh, by the way, I gotta go to prison tomorrow. Oh, by the way, everybody, I gotta go to prison in was that 4.5 hours, 5.5 hours? In 5.5, okay, so 9 minus 3, 9 minus 3 is 6. Okay, so in 5.5 hours, I will be in the courthouse taking some stupid fucking plea deal and voluntarily committing myself to be a convicted felon and to separate myself from my family for at least 9 months and everything else, and for my kids to not have a father. For fucking, I don't care about the freedom, because you know what, my business is gonna be fine. I'm gonna be making money in jail, but my kids aren't gonna have a dad. And like I take being a dad so seriously that it's fucking killing me. I want to show you something. So I went out to the gun range the other day, and my top man, Alex, he was like, hey, did you read that letter that was in that envelope of money? And I said to him, I started to read it, bro. I started to read it. It's in cursive. Howdy, Matt. I apologize for not being able to. And I just looked away, and I folded it up. And I put it back in the envelope. It's actually this envelope. I folded it up. I put it back in this envelope. And I didn't read it. And so Alex says, hey, did you read that letter in the envelope? And I was like, I started to, bro. But then I remembered I'm going to prison in 2 days. And it's like, this person has put so much thought into this and effort. And even if they haven't, the fact that they're this kind of person that will write a letter to me, we've met several times over the years. Write a letter in cursive, all this stuff. I'm not gonna read all his business or anything, but I guess it's very odd, because I'm gonna tell you guys two things that are it's a trip. It's like, there's people out there that think I'm a real stand-up guy because they know I coach soccer teams, they know we get first place, they know that I like donate money, volunteer time, all kinds of stuff that's like charitable. They know that I'm a good dad. They know that my kids are very good, my kids are very well behaved. Everybody tells me that. But I'm now going to be a convicted felon, and that changes what a lot of people. So like when it's like I started to read the letter, and then I just folded it up and put it away. It's like, this guy doesn't know that I'm about to go to prison for 7, 8, 9 months, maybe 10, maybe 2 years. Who knows? And like, here he is taking this time to respect me, and not even knowing. And you just wonder how many people out there are gonna be the same way, you know. Here's the last thing that I want to mention. I hope this is still recording. Let me check and see. I think it is. You think it is? Yeah, it's still recording. Okay, good. So, I'm gonna tell you something that's a real fucking trip, okay? I need y'all to follow me logically, and maybe I need to have a little drink before I lay this on you. It's the kind of things that like I ponder. So like I have done such a good job of like having a good business and like setting it up automatically that like the worst thing that's going to happen for my kids is not having a father. They will be fed, they will be clothed, they will be sheltered, all their bills will be paid. While I'm in jail, you see, so like I'm not out there grinding for that. I've already provided that. And so they're going to have to survive whatever the time frame is without me. And of course they're going to survive. They're not going to come out perfect, and they're definitely not going to come out as good as if I would have been here. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So then it comes down to like, if they survived all this time without me, I can't see a man not asking himself when he comes out of prison. I can't see a father of a family coming out of prison, seeing his family is still alive, still fed, the house isn't burnt down. How does that man then not say, what value am I if they can do all this without me? Because they're gonna have everything, like even if they're not fine, and traumatic life events happen in that time while I'm away. At the end of the day, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna come back home. I'm gonna walk through the door. They're gonna hug me and stuff, but they got along just fine without me. Are they gonna respect me? Am I gonna respect myself? I've been thinking about that a lot. Because it's like, oh, we'll be fine. You know, some dads go to prison and they can't provide for their family. The family falls apart. The wife gets a new man. The kids run away from home. Like, that happens to people. Obviously, that shit got fucked up, and obviously that dad fucked up. So when he comes home, he's trying to rebuild. He's trying to get the family back together. He's trying to like make things normal and stuff. But when I get out, they're gonna have been just fine. The bills have been paid, and they're gonna have done it all without me. In theory, of course, they couldn't do it without my business and all the things that I've set up. But I've set those things up in such a way that like it doesn't like impact your daily life or their daily life. It's like, oh yeah, dad did this. This is what dad did. No, it's like the bills are paid. The fucking utilities, the food, the water, the clothes, the Xbox, that's all going to be on autopilot. And so when I get out, will they look at me like, what do we need you for? I know they won't, but like, you wonder how much of that will seep into their subconscious. Like, well, we did all this without you here. We don't need you telling us what to do. We got our new way now. And then like that can just spiral down into a fucking further area of insults and lack of faith. Like, if I like, don't be thinking you can just come home and start giving discipline out again when we fucking did this shit without you for fucking a year or whatever. That's something that like really has been on my mind, and I haven't told that to anybody because it's kind of dark. It's like, obviously my value will be diminished. Obviously, yes, they'll be happy to see me. Yes, they'll be happy to hug and have a father figure back in the house, but where do I pick up where I left off from, and where do they pick up where they left off from? And will that even be like, will we even be able to do that? And if not, where do we revert back to? Am I going to be disrespected? Am I going to be disrespecting them? So I've got to go to prison. Almost forgot. Just making a video about prison, I almost forgot I have to go to prison. Just having too good of a time. So it's 4. I gotta be at court at 9. So that's 5 hours. I got a little bit of stuff to do. Hopefully I get like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. because I don't fucking care what it's like at the court, because I already know where they're sending me, and the more tired I am, the more sleep I can get in Ector County Jail. And when this fucking thing comes off, I am gonna sleep fucking good. This is a fucking piece of shit. I just fucking hate everything. I hate the fucking government. I hate the culture. I don't hate everything, but it makes you feel like you hate everything. This place is a mess. My life's a mess. So here's the thing that just fell off. None of those have ever fallen off. I was just sitting right there, and it just fell off right in front of my face. So, the other point of this story is, this video is that I am going to prison. And so I'm not going to be doing, not that I have any followers or any content, but, I mean, I have content, but not that anybody cares. I'm like, but I've never seen a video on YouTube that's like, hey, I'm going to prison. And maybe this is boring and it sucked anyways, you know. But I just thought it'd be something that maybe someone would find interesting. But, so I won't be having any poster videos for like, who knows, long time. One thing, if somebody could help me out with, is like, I want to make a logo, like a 3D logo, that says Cornflake Jackson POV, Cornflake Jackson POV, and then on the left side of it, like a 3D logo of that fucking profile picture. You know, like people do 3D logos and intros for their channel. Maybe someone can point me in the right direction. Other than that, I'm going to prison in 5 hours. Y'all have a good night.